cut out the negative. A lot of us feel like our life isn't what we want it to be. We're living in a reality where we struggle a lot. Everything we do is terrible. We need to work more. We don't make enough money. We blah, 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 blah. Everything, is just not enough. And I want to tell you that the first step towards finding the reality that you desire is cutting out anything negative. There's a couple points that I want to go through, and I think the first one is going to be bad habits. The second one's going to be bad people, and the third one is just going to be bad thoughts. Let's go off that timeline. I didn't have a script or anything for this video, so that's what we're going to go off of. But the first one, I believe, is bad habits. Most people think to get a better life that they need to build so many good habits to create the identity that they're looking for. And while that is true, getting there faster, getting there more efficiently, you will get there so much better if you just cut out the negative first. The negative will pull you down so hard while the positive slightly pushes you up. Now, I know that sucks, and I know that's a hard reality to learn, but the negative is just so much worse for everything around you because it is almost like an infection. If I have a bad habit that I do every single day, like scrolling on social media, that's going to affect every other habit that I have because I might be brain fogged after I do it. I might be thinking in a negative way because I saw a negative political video. I may be it's just taking my mind off of my true purpose, my true goal in life, to help people. And whenever these negative things bleed into the other good habits, the benefits of those good habits go down. And so whenever you remove these bad habits, and we'll just keep with the example of social media, your good habits become better. Everything in life becomes better. Your mind becomes clearer. Everything becomes good. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you're more likely to lean towards the good once you can't see the bad anymore. And I think that's just such a amazing way to live life. It's not even like mentally I can feel it, but physically, whenever I have really bad habits, still on the example of social media, I don't only feel mentally bad, mentally tired, mentally exhausted, but I feel physically bad as well. It bleeds into the physical because physical is often determined by your mental capacity and what you're thinking about every single day. And so second is going to be bad people. This is the same thing as like an infection. Bad emotions, negative thinking, pessimism. All of this bleeds into who you are as a person as well. That's why so many people tell you to find a good community to be with. Find good friends that push you up. Find people who are interested in the same things as you because they drive your purpose to the moon. Everything bleeds in with each other. If someone is negative around you, you're going to find yourself becoming more negative because their emotions are bleeding into yours. Likewise, if you are with a positive person who is always thinking about the good things, always thinking about good habits, always thinking about growth, always thinking about bettering themselves, that is going to bleed off into you. And so I understand that we want to be strong people. I understand that we want to say that we alone can say, I can hang out with anyone that I want to and not be affected by it. And that's simply not true. Like, I'm sorry, but even if you are consciously thinking that, most of the time your subconscious mind will pick up on those things and you will start acting that way without realizing. And it's slow. It's like the example of, this is such a weird example, but if you put a frog in a pot on the stove and slowly boil it, the frog will literally stay in the water and die because it doesn't know that it's slowly burning. But if you put it in there, like, it doesn't want to jump in the pot if it's already boiling, you know what I mean? And so you can consciously not put yourself in the scenarios where you will slowly burn. And what was the third one? Cutting off negative thoughts. This is probably the most difficult. I think everyone at some point or another obviously has negative thoughts, whether it be really, really bad or just slightly negative in general. I have found that this is where meditation helps the best, where you are the observer of your thoughts. And so whenever you are having these negative emotions, your thoughts aren't your own. You don't have to act on the thought itself, because you can observe that thought and let it pass. So if you have a negative thought and then you get angry, and I actually just watched a video that after a little bit of time of feeling anger, your body doesn't produce it anymore, or like a negative emotion, and so you are choosing to stay in that negative state. Like that's pretty crazy, like, to think about. And so you have the ability to say, maybe I was feeling a negative way, or that was a negative thought, but I don't have to act on it. I don't have to get really angry and lash out at someone. I don't have to say, like, why would you do that? I don't have to beep the guy who cut me off in traffic. I don't have to do these negative actions, because in the end, it's a habit of just how you react to a certain situation. And sorry if I'm kind of going in circles here. I'm trying to make sure that my thoughts are pretty linear, but your actions are basically you choosing to react to a certain thought. And so you can build the habit of taking time to observe a thought before acting on it. If you have a negative emotion, a negative thought, be the person that observes it and says, I don't need to react to that. And it will disappear. It will leave. And I know that sounds crazy if you've never tried meditation, if you've never tried to do it. But whenever it comes up, just take a few extra seconds. Like, you feel yourself getting angry, you feel yourself about to lash out, give yourself a few seconds and observe it. Observe the emotion, observe the feeling, and it will go away. And it's the weirdest feeling ever, but then you will realize that you are in control. Your soul is in control. You know, your body is reacting for a certain way because you have habitually built that reaction. And so you can also, if it is just habitual, to reprogram and rewire your mind for the positive, to only see the good, to only look at God, to only do the positive things in life that you know that you should be doing, to only react, like, even in struggle, even in hardship, knowing that you're on the right path and knowing that it's going to work out in the end, and knowing that the positive is within you and that you can be the light towards everyone else. But all of this to say that before you try adding so many positive things, become aware of the negative that's in your life and try to remove it. And this will enhance your life extremely quick. You will notice it instantly. And once you realize this, it is a lot easier to add better habits on top of others. And so, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I hope you guys had a great day today. I hope you got something from this video, or have a great night if it's night for you. But if you guys enjoyed this, if you have any thoughts, if you have agreements, disagreements, please leave it in the comments. My favorite part of the day, as I always say, is I love going in the comments and seeing what you guys say. So thank you for watching the full video. Subscribe if you like seeing more videos like this. But thanks for watching. See ya.